Ravens linebacker Brendan.
I am Bedejo.
I am Bedejo.
Winnebago. I am Bedejo.
Yes.
That is a lot.
I am Bedejo. Very fast. 3 syllables.
I am
Or 4.
Bedejo.
It sounds like you're saying I am Medea.
Brendan, I am Bedejo.
I am Bedejo has emerged as one of the most. You read your own damn thing.
Oh my God.
But you hit it with your teeth, like can you like try to open your mouth a little more?
Oh, I probably invite James, even though he'll probably be bored.
I mean, not to be a smart ass, but I mean, guys are already going to jail because they're gay, so they can be in jail with the other guys. So
Pressure, and because we're so young that a lot of people aren't able to remind their own. Erykah Badu was talking about that group thing on Monique last night.
To the hotel room and they got my dick hard.
No, we don't. That had nothing to do with the topic at hand.
I'm sorry. A homophobe. Oh, I thought you said it was a hoe. I ain't know.
Of all the people or all the different porn stars and everything you can find, why would it have to be an ex? Why?
but I was like, why are you here? You know, you up to no good.
Is it the reason why you had open relations because you know that you're a whore and they're a whore? So why not be a whore together?
Ravens linebacker, Brendan, I went up. I am Bedejo. Ravens linebacker, Brendan, I am Bedejo, has emerged as one of the most articulate supporters of gay rights in professional sport. We are going to discuss homosexuality in professional sports and why is it uncomfortable for other players when they find out that one of the players on their team is gay. But at what point would a person consider being a homosexual a breach of morale? I mean, I'm pretty sure there have been in the past some athletes who were let go because, or they were chastised or however, because they found out that one of their players were gay. Or the fact that regardless of the matter, if you're a person who's comfortable in your sexuality or you're comfortable as a heterosexual male, why should it matter that you're sharing the same locker room with a person who's gay? Even if you go to a gym and that's a public gym, you have no way of knowing, oh, that the person that you're showering with is, you don't know their sexuality. That shouldn't be a person, that's not even something that crosses your mind, or it shouldn't if you're a person who's comfortable in your sexuality.
A lot of people just not being informed about what gay is and the whole gay society, it just make people feel uneasy and uncomfortable around gay people, like just being in the locker room or being like, you know, or being on the field or whatever. Like, if you understand that every gay male, like just like if you was around women or whatever, stuff like that, every woman doesn't want you, just like every gay male doesn't want you. Like, so just like you need to learn to accept the fact that we have lives just like everybody else. We gotta live our lives like everybody else. We have other things that we can and will be focused on. It's not always about shit.
And especially in professional sports, like Charles Barkley said that he doesn't see the problem with it because he would rather be playing with somebody who's gay who can play than be playing with somebody who's straight who can't play. So it ultimately comes down to winning. I mean, you want the best players on your team, and if they're gay, then they're gay. You know what I mean?
I mean, my gay son in Atlanta, he just graduated from Savannah State. He was a track star. He's been all over the East Coast and all over the place, and his teammates knew he was gay, but they also knew that that boy can run. And at the end of the day, it was about him, about how fast he went in those relays, and about him crossing the finish line and him bringing back the gold home.
See, track is a little bit different. Like, you have a track team, but it's not so much a team sport. You know what I mean? It's more like an individual sport, like swimmers. I'm sure, like it's not the same. I mean, as like a baseball team or more a football team or something like that.
Passing the baton, like the whole little relay, boom, boom.
I mean, either way, it's like it's supposed to be about the actual sport, and that's the only thing is how is it that you look at a person, they could be the most qualified person for their job, but all of a sudden the way that they live their personal life is now make them incapable of performing their job when they're not they're not. They are their sexuality, but their job is still their job. They are a professional, just like you're a professional. So then that means they have to perform their job to the best of their ability, regardless of what's going on in their personal lives, because that's how they make their living. That should be the first thing that comes across your mind, because at the end of the day, just like you're trying to survive, they're trying to survive, and their sexuality is not the main priority. It's not like I walk out my door and I say, oh, I'm going to go to work, or I'm going to look in the classifieds, I'm going to find me a job that helps fit my gayness. No, I'm going to go find me a job that helps fit, you know, the quality of work that I can do and that I can do effectively. So,
like I said, I think it's more of a taboo for the fans, not for the players, because, like I said, it is about what they can do. It's I think because with the fans and stuff like that, I think it's more of like a role model type of thing. And like if Kobe Bryant came out as gay, would it be the next like it would be the next big thing to do or whatever, you know what I mean? But that's why most of them keep it on like a hush kind of thing.
I mean, let's take it back to the 80s and not say, take it back to another athlete who came out in the 80s, Martina Navratilova. When Martina Navratilova came out, it was already kind of stereotyped, because she was kind of dom and kind of butched up. But when Martina Navratilova came out, it started to show that athletes can be out and athletes can perform. And Martina Navratilova has fought people in Russia, she's fought people in Ukraine, all over Europe and all over South America, and is actually one of the best tennis champions in the 80s. Or we can take it back even further to Arthur Ashe, who was also HIV positive and also an AIDS activist.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's an individual sport, and it's easy. If I were in an individual sport, it'd be a lot different, especially even if it's not a contact sport. Like, if I think it would be uncomfortable for me if I was a professional football player to come out into a contact sport, because then you got to worry about like cheap shots and people targeting you for that reason. You know,
like I'm not going to block that person when someone's coming to them because, oh, they're gay, so I'm just going to let them get hit. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to throw the game and fuck up my money. And first of all, if you know that you're going to get fined for something, like they really have to pay a lot of money. Like I don't know the exact amount, but I think to roughly throw out a number, like it was like $500,000 fine because you said faggot all across the screen. Like, why would you fuck up your own money for that? That's so stupid. I mean, at the end of the day, you're a writer, you're an athlete, you play football, you're the best football player out there. If Ray Lewis came out right now and said, oh, he's gay, would that make him any worse or better player? No, he still is recognized for his achievements in football.
The problem is that we have, as a society, classified what sex is. I don't care if you're straight, gay, bisexual, confused. We've made sex perverse, and we've made it very socially into the place where we've exploited it. At the end of the day, it's a private thing between two people, so it shouldn't be a concern. It shouldn't even come up. So, because we've already brought it out into the open, normally, very hard for you to bring it back into that little classified state. So I think that's the mistake that we made
also,
as a society.
Also, I agree with you to an extent, Matt, that it is harder for you if you do play team sport, but even though singular sports like track and golf and tennis, you still have sponsorships. Like, if your sponsor is a very conservative family company and you just come out and say, bam, I'm gay, then you're like losing money there. And then more sponsorships might follow suit. Like, but if you're, and even if you're on the team, think about that as well. And you still have a sponsorship for the same thing. Not only on top of that are you losing your sponsorship, but you're also...
The only thing with that is, as long as you're winning, you're not going to lose your sponsorship. They're not going to care if you're gay or not. If you're winning, they're going to sponsor who's winning, regardless. That's why I say it's easier in an individual sport. There's no way to screw somebody over. The rules are the rules. You know what I mean? If they're winning, then they're going to get sponsored.
But then no, because that's not necessarily true. Because, all right, not saying in sports, all right, but in music. When Chris Brown beat on poor little Rihanna, he lost all his endorsements and sponsorship and commercials and stuff like that. Did that make him any less of a singer? No, he's a wonderful singer. But just because he beat on some girl,
the music industry is different.
It's not based on it's not sports and music can't be compared. Music is based on whether people like you or not.
Okay, Okay, fine.
What's your based on
Okay, I was gonna
Woods?
say, okay, then fine. We're trying to say it. Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods cheated on his wife.
Woods-
He's a
I know,
he's
but
a whole hoe.
Did Tiger Woods lose any of his
He
no.
was in jeopardy of losing his
He was, but
endorsement.
he covered it up very nicely, and he hasn't lost anything. Because you know why? Because he can still play better than most.
Here's the
people.
thing. Why should he?
And that was for like something like that's domestic violence. That's something that a lot of people really go out for across like America. Gay is really not like it's not like
Right, but Tiger Woods being a whore does not change the fact that he's a excellent golf
And it
player.
hasn't. He has not been excluded from any tournaments. He's not lost any sponsorships. He may have had to make an ass of himself and go out on public television and say sorry, but he should have. I don't think they're going to make somebody go and apologize for being gay.
So what you're saying is they equate certain characteristics
Yeah.
and certain mannerisms based on your sexuality?
I kind of sort of think so.
And if Terrence just happens to be gay, then so be it. Like,
Right, but I'm saying, like, when it comes to celebrities,
Regardless of our sexuality, which should be something private.
Or who you are is because that's just who you are. Like you ever heard somebody say, "Oh, he wouldn't even act like that if he was gay."
and people that are idolized, it is important for them to be
Which they should be
open up front about their sexual orientation, because it will help in the general public accepting things.